Hey everyone, I'm William Knight, and this is MasterYour24, where you can learn, apply, and thrive. Today we have a video on recovery and regeneration. The technique we'll be discussing today is that of using a foam roller. And the benefit of using a foam roller, whether it's before or after a workout, is to help warm up our muscles prior to a workout, or to help cool us down and stretch out our muscles after a workout. Now, what is special about this is it's a self-application technique that we can use really anywhere we have a foam roller. Some of them are small. You can put them in your bag, take them with you to a workout or a meet or a game. And others are a little bit larger. You can have them at home. But what is really nice about this is we can still have the same benefits of having a massage, similar to a massage therapist. But we can do a self-application technique with these foam rollers, and really it's going to yield the same benefits. And personally, I find them a little bit more beneficial because you're the one that is doing the self-application with this. So you can apply as much or as little pressure as you want when you're doing the foam roller. And what I'm going to show you right now is a variety of techniques that you can use it to really hit any muscle part that maybe is a little bit sore, and you want to speed up the recovery process and help you come back tomorrow faster and strong. Right now, to start, what we're going to do is we're going to use the foam roller, and I'm going to massage my back, doing everything from the lower portion, the spinal erectors, to the top portion of my back. And essentially, all I'm going to do is put my body weight, get my feet under my knees here, and just really push myself back, giving myself that massaging effect. And when you start with the lower back, what you can do is you can kind of lean towards one side and really get the right side of my spinal erectors right now and apply a little bit more effort and a little bit more pressure on that particular muscle group. And then I can lean towards the other side and really get a nice massage. And again, you can control the amount of pressure that you're applying. And now all I'm going to do is gradually go up to the middle of my back and roll back and forth. And what you can do is put your hands behind your head and even stretch them out just to increase the amount of area you're able to hit when you're using the foam roller. And this really feels great after a long workout. If you're doing anything that's tough on your back, I can feel myself, hitting all those knots that I have in my back there, just giving a good massage. And personally, when I've been to a massage therapist before, a lot of times this does a lot better job just because I can control the specific areas that it hits. So instead of having to tell someone, do this area, do that, which they already have an idea of all the different motions they're going to do, they're only going to spend a certain amount of time per body part, and you can really spend as much time as you need on the body part and maybe giving you some trouble, that's sore. The next part we're going to do is our shoulders. So in order to foam roll the shoulders, I'm going to get down. I have a pad right here under my knees so I don't bother my knees. And essentially what I'm going to do is my right shoulder first, and I want to start where the foam roller is kind of on my bicep right now. And I'm going to roll into it and really try to get as much of my shoulder girdle that I can. So I'm going to start right here, and I kind of put my palm outward to really try to get in there as much as I can. And after you do this over time, you'll notice that this will even help you improve your flexibility with your shoulders. That's one of the added benefits of foam rolling with your shoulder. And what I'm starting to do right now is starting to get a little bit more under my armpit and get this outer portion down here. Really try to reach as much of it as I can. So I'm going to move on to my left shoulder now, and still I'm going to focus on that middle portion, but I'm going to continue to try to rotate and get as much of my shoulder as I can. Everywhere from under the armpit out to some of the outer portion right there. And another benefit of foam rolling is that if you do exercises that are more repetitive, maybe you're a gymnast, or maybe you have a specific event where you're doing similar exercises, what can happen is there can be certain buildups in certain muscle groups. So what a lot of athletes will do is they'll implement more foam rolling to really massage those areas, trying to keep it fresh and trying to keep it, use it as a way to prevent injuries down the road. And this can really be a great tool to prevent injuries and really prepare you to work out and also help you recover faster afterwards. To round out the shoulders and really finish the overall shoulder girdle here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay on my back more and just get this outer portion that I missed when I was laying with my face forward on the ground. So this is getting part of my back, but really just getting the shoulder girdle right there. And it's nice because this particular motion, it allows you to apply more force, more pressure, and get a nice massage. Next, we're going to move on to foam rolling our legs. And how we're going to start is with our calves, and then we're going to move up to the hamstrings. And real simply, what you want to do is to apply more pressure when you're going to foam roll those muscles. If you want to apply less pressure, put both of your legs up at the same time. And I'm just bracing myself with my hands here. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to rotate from the outer portion of my calf to the inner portion of my calf. So really get the full portion, both outer and inner. And if you want to apply more pressure, just take off one of your feet, put it on top of the other, and then you have a lot more pressure being applied in. It makes it a lot more difficult. So it's going to be essentially the same concept when you move up to the hamstrings. So again, less pressure. You're essentially going to be doing a rotation, trying to get each portion of your hamstring. And since the hamstring is a bigger muscle, you for almost always I'll put one leg over on top of the other just to apply more pressure, which is going to be more effective, especially after a workout once you're already tight. And then after we work on the hamstrings, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the IT band, which that is something that a lot of athletes, whether you sprint or run or just do a lot of weights, is something that can get tight. So essentially it's the same concept, but with the IT band right here, we're just going to roll on that and just go back and forth and do a tiny bit of rotation as well. So that's one of the key concepts, trying to rotate so you really get all aspects of the muscle. Next, we're moving on to foam rolling the chest. And essentially when we're foam rolling the chest, again, I'm using the pad, I'm on my knees, and I'm gonna roll out here, get this right on my chest, push out my arms, and really just get this motion. And so it's essentially under my armpits right now, and it's really getting the outside of my chest really well. So if you're an athlete, you weight lift, you do a lot of chest work, this is something that will be really beneficial for you. Or if you're just tight in the shoulder to chest area. This can be an exercise that will be very beneficial and will really help you stretch out this area right here. And it'll really help you recover faster and even warm up. The next part we're going to move to is foam rolling the quadricep right here. So we're going to foam roll the quads, and then we're going to move up to a little bit of portion of the hips. So essentially when we start off, I'm going to lay down facing forward. And again, to apply more pressure, I have my left leg on top of my right leg, just to apply a little bit more pressure and get more of a deeper massage. So essentially I'm just going to continue with the same process, rolling back and forth, trying to rotate so that I'm getting all of my quad there. You can see right now I'm getting more of the outer portion, and as I rotate in, I'm starting to get more of the inner portion of the quadricep. And then once you're done with the quadricep, you can move on to getting more of the hip flexor. So we have our hip flexors right here, and what I do is I put the foam roller at more of a 45-degree angle, and I put my leg out at more of a 90-degree angle, and I'm essentially just trying to get that small portion where my hip flexor is. And this can be really beneficial for anyone who's doing any sprinting, any running, because a lot of times people will have tight hip flexors. And on top of stretching, what you can do is you can foam roll and really try to get out that tightness, help elongate the muscles, and really help them develop. So we've just finished foam rolling, and as you can see, foam rolling doesn't take too much time. Typically we recommend for beginners about 15 to 20 minutes. You can try to incorporate it before or after workouts, and 15 to 20 minutes doesn't really take too much time, and you will reap a large benefit from it. And most beginners will start out with that time frame, but some experienced and advanced athletes will take that up to an hour, sometimes even an hour and a half. And it really depends on how sore you are and how much time you're willing to dedicate towards helping you recover and regenerate faster. So try to use this as something that's going to help your recovery and regeneration. It is a great technique to use, and it's something we definitely recommend for all athletes and anyone who's really looking to increase their flexibility. Use a self-application technique that some of the top athletes use, and to try to take their body, their training to the next level.